All rise.
Again? Didn't we just do this?
God, it feels like it was a week ago.
Well,
All right, please be seated.
yep.
It's time for a reading from the book of Bro. Thanks be to Bro.
Good golly, good Mr. Bro. Oops. What the heck?
If for some reason a bro needs to drive another bro's car, that bro shall not adjust the preset radio stations.
Ooh.
Thanks be to Bro.
I think that's true. That's true in anything but a rental car, honestly.
Yeah, rental car I think is exempt from that. Oh, I forgot to do this.
Oh. or this or yeah.
I don't know if I've ever done that before. Let me try that again.
Shoot. Hold on.
My heart beats for you. I tell you what. I got my grandson saying that finally.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you what.
I love that saying. I don't know why. Hey, let's see who's in the chat room already.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So Rick Clemenson.
Is he first in?
First in.
Oh, that's awesome, Rick. Good job. I'm not sure what, drove you to come in there and be first, but whatever that drive is, that hunger is, I applaud it.
He was on it. Matt McGrew was next. Then Jason. You know what, Jason, you're third in. You're a lollygagger. You know what?
He is. He was dragging his feet. I
Yeah,
watched some of his show yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, he was fixing a hole in a roof.
Isn't that a song?
And you thought our show was about nothing. Yeah.
That sounds like a damn good country song.
Yeah.
Tisha's here.
Good morning, Tisha.
Vicky's here.
I had a nice chat with Tisha yesterday in Messenger.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, see, we do have relationships with our viewers off this.
I comment on about 90% of the things she does on Facebook. She does some kind of hilarious things she's got going on. Let's see. Jim Black, Hooli, Carrie Toes, Kathy Garcia. Oh, well, Kathy.
Yeah, she's new, but she's been here.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining chat. Melanie Dodson's here.
What does Melanie have to say to us first thing this morning?
Melanie says, good morning, y'all.
Y'all.
Good morning right back at y'all. Yeah.
All y'all.
Good morning to mom and them. Good morning to your mom and them.
Good morning to you and y'all. Y'all. What?
You know what? I heard that. I went to a canine school back in Tennessee, and I must have heard good day to your mom and them probably 50 times in the time that I was back there.
What I meant to say was all y'all.
All y'all. Yeah.
Jason
all y'all.
says that.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's just a Tennessee thing or just a back south thing where it's your mom and them. So.
Jeet.
Huh?
Jeet.
Jeet? Oh, yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. What about
mom and them ain't fix you nothing?
We went to the Jack Daniels factory, and that's in Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Damn straight it is.
Yes.
Which is a dry county, by the way.
It is. You can't. So when you sample they have 3 different Jack Daniels that you can sample. They bring you. It has to be less than an ounce. And they bring it in like a little cup that you would sip NyQuil out of.
Sure.
And it's this much.
Yeah,
in that
a smidge.
Cup. Yeah, it's a smidge. You can it is just a taste. But we went to downtown Lynchburg, and that's the cutest downtown ever in the world, anywhere, I believe. And so we went to a restaurant. We went to get something to eat, and the waitress asked me what I wanted to drink. And so I said, "Can I get iced tea?" I said, "No, no sugar in it." And she goes, "Oh, darling, it's all sweet." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, just bring me sweet tea then." You can't get tea any other way than sweet tea.
And so began the barrage of sweet tea. Y'all need some more tea? Y'all need some more tea? Hey.
And don't get me wrong, it's good.
All y'all need some more tea?
Their sweet tea is sweet. Man, they put a lot of sugar in that because it was super sweet. But hey, that's when in Rome,
Yeah.
Do like the Romans. So it was fine.
So today is October the 25th, the year 2020. Glad that you're here. Cooler temperatures are prevailing in the greater Sacramento Valley.
Holy cow. And the wind is going to kick up like no other.
That wind comes in from the Bay, San Francisco Bay. And
it's going to be unbelievably windy there. And that's where my daughter is. My daughter and son-in-law are in San Francisco.
Yeah, and the vehicle that breeze travels on is called the Delta, and it comes up along the river and then blows wholeheartedly into the Sacramento Valley, which is one of the only ways that we can get dust / smoke / debris / God only knows out.
Yeah.
It's the only way, well, no, rain.
Yeah, rain will do it too.
But the
wind is a little bit. Yeah, the wind's very effective at it. And both of our cars, my wife and mine, are very dirty right now. And I'm not going to wash them because the wind brings a litany of little things with it.
Did you just say litany?
A litany, yes, a cornucopia.
Put $1 into the bottle there. Litany.
It brings a gang of things along with it that I don't want on my car. So I'm not going to wash my car until the wind's gone. And I guess it's going to be here till Tuesday or so. And I hate driving around a dirty vehicle, but that's the way it is. So,
yeah, I know you're anal that way.
I am a little bit OCD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will have to, no doubt, though, clean my windshield. If I can't see out of my window even just a little bit, it puts me over the top. My OCD kicks way in, and I go crazy. So, nope, won't be doing that.
On the show this morning, in our Mantasy draft, which is probably our most popular feature, that's why we continue to do it, because y'all love it. All y'all love it so much.
All y'all. And your mom and him.
Yeah. And so make sure you cheat before we do it. Today it's going to be Ronnie and I, when you can go to Sam's Club or Costco or whatever, and you can buy these bags of candy, and there are various well-known candy bars in the bag. Let's call it an assortment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't want to call them fun bags. That's good.
Or do we? Let's just call them our personal fun bags.
There you go.
That's better than anything I got. So Ronnie and I are going to put together the Fun Bag Trifecta. So we're going to put together for you a bag of 3 different kinds of candy that I don't know. I was going to say favorite. I don't know if I want to do favorite. I don't want to do necessarily best selling, because that's just taking information and not digesting and respurting it.
Right.
So we're going to pick 3 different candies bars, I guess you will. I don't want to limit it to that, though. For instance, M&M's.
Oh, always popular. You know, it won't be in probably either one of our trifectas.
What?
Candy corn.
I have never been a fan. That stuff just makes you sick.
You know, I like to get a big bag of candy corn,
and throw
open it up, and then throw it away. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best possible use for candy corn. Or if there's a neighborhood kid that you don't particularly like,
right?
Wait till he shows. Wait a minute, I got some candy for you.
Have I got something for you, little boy? Come into this empty house and let me give you some candy. Ronnie, I don't think that's a good scenario for you. No matter how you look at it.
Yeah, not so much.
No. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 3 candies.
Ooh, Saker says Skittles.
Oh, I love me some Skittles.
Skittles are good.
Do they make your teeth hurt?
No. I like Skittles. Skittles and yeah, I don't know. Skittles are just really good. It's hard to get. You know what? The one I used to really hate when I was a kid that I got in my Halloween bag was Jolly Rancher. Now,
yeah,
I like Jolly Rancher, but we used to get them when we played Little League.
Right.
You could get something from the snack bar afterwards. And
it was a stick.
Yes, it was the big stick.
Right.
What they give away for Halloween are the things that are half the size of your little finger.
A lozenge. And
they're always gooey. Seems like they're very susceptible to getting stuck to the packaging. So, no Jolly Ranchers will be in my trifecta either.
But a Jolly Rancher is not a candy bar. However, it could be included in this.
It's a candy. It's a very popular Halloween candy.
Yeah, and so bad for your teeth. So bad.
Melanie says Heath bars are yummy. Yep.
That's funny. Her friend Teresa, this broad that I know, said Heath bars as well. I had no idea they had that kind of popularity.
Wow. You know what? Heath bars, they're just aight. You know, they're all right. But I've got so many more that I prefer to get. And I'm going to go out trick-or-treating. Don't you think otherwise. I'm going to dress up as an old man. So I'll probably, my costume entails is doing this.
Whoa.
Old man, right?
Where's Ronnie?
Here I am.
Oh, shoo. For a second there, I thought I lost you. You just put some glasses on, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. It's amazing, that transformation.
And I did my hair a little different.
It looks great. It really looks good this morning. Yeah. We got a lot to talk about, folks. You better sit down and put your feet up.
Oh, Salty Dog's here. Yep.
I just got my thing up. That's
Roddy,
what she said.
Roddy Smart's here.
Who's Roddy Smarts?
No, I'm not familiar with Roddy Smart either. He says Snickers is his favorite. Snickers satisfies you.
Hard to beat that.
Yeah, Snickers is pretty dang good. Roddy Smart likes Paydays. Paydays are pretty good.
Roddy Smart is a treasure hunter of sorts, I suppose.
Oh, all right.
He's asking about American treasure hunts.
Let's see.
Otis says he just gave the first thumbs up. Oh, I hope my cat doesn't come out here. That would be the worst thing.
Would it? Really? Worse than a fly?
I got the candle going. The citronella candle going this morning. I started that early. Okay, let's see.
Kathy Garcia loves Almond Joy. You know what? I don't like almond. I'm sorry. I don't like coconut anything.
Really, not even a macaroon?
No. The only thing that I can stand it a little bit on is coconut walnut shrimp.
Oh, well, if you take that walnut out of there, yeah, coconut shrimp, you bet.
Yeah, I just don't like the texture of coconut, I think, is the biggest thing. The taste is nothing great either, but the texture for me is just really not having it.
Yeah. All right. So back to the chat. Let's see.
Oh, American Treasure Hunter, Dove, the Dove bars. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, and those little Dove-ettes, candy bar-ettes that they have, little tiny
They're
ones.
chocolate. I think for me personally, Hershey's chocolate is my favorite, but Dove is right there.
Salty Dog, I'm with you on the $100,000 bar. In fact, I'm going to add that to my list. I neglected it because it seemed to me that nobody really eats those anymore, but I do.
When they're around, like usually right after Thanksgiving, I'll eat me $100,000 bar. I remember when they only used to be $1,000 bar. Boy, inflation.
Yeah, you can't touch one of them nowadays. Melanie says, "Why am I getting so excited about this topic?" Because it's the most refreshing thing we've done on our show.
I think we all know why.
Okay.
Oh God,
Butterfinger.
look at this. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, I can see
Do you
it.
see how big this bar is? Look
Yeah.
it's big. Yeah, I could eat this in one sitting. This is.
Oh, sure.
Oh boy.
But
And
see,
this is what-
Ronnie,
This
this
is what we're
topic.
doing for Halloween.
No,
No.
well, maybe for
No.
certain neighbor kids, that's how that works.
Yeah,
You get something special for your next door neighbor's kids.
yeah. We have 0 kids living on the street. Well, I mean, where there's children of adults, but they're adult children. If they come to my house, they're getting a piece of coal in their bag. So,
Well, we don't really participate in the whole Halloween thing.
you turn your
Yeah,
lights on.
that's us.
Yeah.
TV
We're not-
turned down.
You know what? We're not going to do it this year. I don't think we're going to. Well, at least that's my plan. At least is we don't do Halloween. I don't think it's a good idea, honestly, for kids to go out and expose themselves or other people to the virus. Not that I'm, like a virus, afraid, but I'm not paranoid about it. But I don't think it's a good idea. And so we'll have our lights off if I have my way.
I don't know if there's a "that's what she said" in there or not. We'll have the lights off if I have it my way. Maybe.
Oh, and then look what else has been presented to me.
Dang, dude.
There's another one.
We talk about this subject every year. Oh, that's
Look at
Clark
this.
Bar? Oh, Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue.
Where are you getting all these?
They're just here. I always like to keep like 8 or 10 candy bars
That are keto
right in
friendly.
front of me.
There's
Yeah.
payday. Yeah.
There's payday.
hmm
And then this one, as Hershey's bars go,
I've had that one.
it's all right.
I'd rather
aight.
just have the straight Hershey's, honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even Hershey's with almonds is a little bit tainted. So
Long as we've been doing this show, we've been each year talking about Halloween candies
yeah.
to some degree. And this topic always comes up. There was, and I have I have not seen this candy bar in a good 15 or 20 years, but it's the Nestle's version of that Hershey's bar. What are you looking at so perplexed?
I'm looking at Roddy Smart says coconut bonbons. And I'm like,
Not a fan, yeah.
threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Coconut macaroons are really good. Anyway, so it's the Nestle's version of that Hershey's bar. And it used to come in a white and red package.
I remember it well.
I don't see those anymore anywhere. And I look for them because I got to be honest. Diet, no diet, dinner, lunch, whatever it might be. It's hard for me to pass up a good candy bar.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a large one or anything.
Right. I I'm very weak. I've got good, strong fortitude when it comes to sticking on my diet for the most part.
Right. But
But
candy.
if there's a candy bar around, it's tough, and especially if it's just like, oh, here they are, just in a bowl. Here's a bunch of Swedish fish in a bowl, just waiting to be eaten. So I'm going to oblige them. I know I worked Friday, and they had a nachos night graveyard. There's only 2 shifts at work. We work 12-hour shifts, so there's days and there's nights. And night shift had a nacho bar, and there were a bunch of tortilla chips there. Like, oh God, I can't even remember the last time I ate a tortilla chip, but super, super carby. And so I'm like, nope, I'm just not going to do it. Plus there's other people around that know I'm on that carb restricted diet. And so like, no, I'm just not going to.
True. You know, we do our cocktail hour every evening, about 6 or so, 5 or 6. And last week, my wife brought out some tortilla chips with some guac.
Oh, boy.
And I'm usually very particular about the guac that I will eat. I'm particular about anything that I'll eat. I don't want to go down that road. But yeah. This was so good. It was so good. We could not stop eating the guac. And may I also put up this asterisk for you people? It's not guacamole. It's not whack-a-mole. It's guacamole.
Guacamole.
Okay? And I'm not trying to like be one of those Hispanic news anchors that talks like this. And
I think what you are is a guacamole snob.
Oh, yeah, that's fighting words. Shot just went over my bow. Guacamole.
I don't know if you've ever eaten. There's a couple of restaurants in town called La Placita.
La Placita.
La Placita.
One of them.
Mm-hmm. I think they're actually both on Greenback.
Huh.
One is La Placita, and the other one is La Placita Dos.
Oh, maybe it's 2.
Yes. So anyway, the owner he's got a couple daughters. Well, one of them was dating our friend's son. And so, in fact, we went over to their house last night. Well, while they were dating, every time she came over, she showed up with guacamole from their restaurant. They probably have the best guacamole I've ever tasted in my life. It is really something special. And if I would say if you're in the Orangevale area, look up La Placita and just have chips and guacamole. It's through the roof. It's amazing good.
I applaud you for saying guacamole.
Guacamole.
I would have accepted whack-a-mole.
Also acceptable.
Okay, we'll take care of that in post-production.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's weighing in, pardon the pun, on candy bars. So I think we're going to do our Mantasy draft now, Ronnie.
Okay.
Let's see where we're on time. Yeah, we're good on time. All right. I'm trying to get inside that head.
Don't even bother. I can't get into it myself.
Not a lot of room in there.
Down. It's locked down. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We were out late.
The inside of your head looks a lot like your garage.
It's a little messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of things stored in there for sure.
Oh, true. No doubt.
A lot of it's useless.
I was going to say necessary, not so sure.
Yeah. It's just there. There's a lot of stuff, but a lot of it hasn't been touched in years.
I've got this weird thing going on in my brain right now where I have like 100 million things that come at me. And just for short spurts.
Oh, maybe you have other personalities in there. How many people are in your head right now?
Probably 4. I don't know. What do you say, guys? 4? Yeah. I needed a little help there, but the 3 of them were there for me. So,
well, let the little girl out. Let her go.
She's beating at the door. Okay. All right, Ronnie, I think I'm ready. Let's see. Where am I? I'm here. Oh, that's right. This week I've got a mirror effect thing going on. So now everything's the way it's supposed to be. Like, see, I can point right to my radio instead of pointing over here first. This is an old RCA. Whoops, wrong way.
Oh, yep.
This is an old, I forget what the name of that one is. And then you see the
Victrola
on the end. Yeah.
You got a Victor. I've got a Victrola exactly like it.
Yeah. Okay, Ron, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to do rock, paper, scissors?
Yes.
Okay, I think I got yous. Let me get up a little higher. Here we go. All right, and closing eyes.
Okay.
And ready, and 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yep. Curse you.
I'll go first.
This might upset my apple cart just a little bit.
I bet it does, because I'm going to go where you think I'm going. But I have, as George Strait would say, an ace up my sleeve.
Oh.
I have something that when I say it, everyone is going to go, oh, I love those. I haven't had one of those in a long time. I've got that pick, Ronnie. And when I give you that pick, the chances are good there's going to be a pen drop.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
However,
I'll be waiting for it.
Okay, I'm going to go first.
Okay, all right.
But I'm not going to go with that surprise pick. I'm going to save that for last. Okay?
Ooh, intriguing. All right.
In my Sweet Lou's Sweet Halloween Candy Trifecta bag,
right,
I nominate first the Snickers bar.
Oh, on my list. That means I have to go to an alternate.
Okay, Snickers, 1.
Snickers.
Now, the way our Mantasy draft picks work here is I have gone first with my first pick. And so now Ronald McDonald will get to pick second and third.
And I've got 2, and I think that these are very popular. Mm-hmm. And they definitely do more advertising than anybody else.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Reese's.
Yep, Reese's. What's his name? Is it Will Arnett?
Yeah.
He does, any time of the day or night, you can see a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup commercial, and it's not just right around Halloween. They run them year long. So I think that Reese's are in the back of everybody's mind.
Okay, so Ronnie has Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and that is all encompassing. Yeah. And now,
okay, and my next one,
mm-hmm.
pick number 1 in the second round.
Okay,
peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
Oh yes,
it's really hard to beat those. That's truly a solid pick. Although I guess. In doing so, you have now left M&M's milk chocolate open and on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. And because I feel the peanut ones are far superior.
I would say had you just said had you just said M&M's, you might have gotten both.
Oh boy.
But you went peanut, and then that's your choice. Okay,
I do that occasionally. I open mouth, insert foot.
Mm-hmm. All right, now for my second and third picks.
Yes.
My third one is a no-brainer. My second one, I've got to do a little bit more thinking on this. What we are building is a 3-item candy bag, a trifecta of fun candies.
I've got a sleeper for my third pick.
What did we call them earlier?
Fun bags.
Fun bags. Dang it, I wish I could have remembered that. Okay. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Twix.
Not terrible. I like
And
Twix.
I'm just going to say Twix because I don't want to have to pick right or left side.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
It's too politically charged right now. We don't want to.
Yes.
We don't want to upset anybody in the audience. So.
And then finally, this is the pick you've all been waiting for.
Right.
This is the one that's going to complete my trifecta baggie.
I hope it's not on my list.
This is going to be as close as last week at Ronnie and Lou. Yeah, you bet it is. Especially when I put this pick out here. You folks, you've forgotten about this candy bar. It's fallen by the wayside. However, it does come up in certain people's wheelhouse when you visit them. And I'm going with the Chunky with raisins.
You just lost. You just lost.
You're talking to the guy who threw a no-hitter in this game, a shutout in this game.
There will be no shutout today. I can tell you that.
Well, we don't.
This
know
is going to be, this is going to
very
controversial.
Vicky,
okay.
I almost went Kit Kat, Vicky. I almost did on my second pick.
And I just saw when she posted that.
Chunky. Okay, so Ronnie, do you need one more pick, don't you?
I do.
All right.
And it's probably, oh man, when I was a kid and I got these in my bag, my fun bag, it's a huge bonus. Hershey's Kisses.
Huh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's a good pick, Ronnie. That's a good pick.
Oh boy, Hershey's Kisses. Woo.
Do I have to specify on my Chunky whether it's raisins or no raisins? Because I like raisins.
I think you already did. It's out there.
All right. Well, you didn't pick it, so I guess I can assume the role of both. That's what I was saying in your earlier pick.
Okay. There you go. All
okay.
right. Oh, well, I see. Well, then I'll you know what? And in that same vein, then I'll just say M&Ms because I have peanut M&Ms. But
oh well, now wait a minute. You just said I couldn't go back.
Then I'll take the whole. Oh,
but no, you have peanut raisin M&Ms. You specified
peanut, but not raisin.
Did I say raisin?
You said peanut raisin M&Ms.
Peanut raisin M&Ms. Hey, I may be onto something here.
There might be something there.
give me a bouncy C.
Okay, so to recap.
Please recap.
Lou had the first pick, and he took Snickers bar. Solid pick.
You can't beat
solid pick. Then he took Twix, and then he took Chunky with raisin.
You gotta love those.
I don't got to do that.
I said you got it. You got it.
I started the first round with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Oh boy, those are good. Then I went to the peanut M&Ms, and then I snuck in because it was still available in the draft board. Hershey's Kisses.
Kisses, yeah. That's such a solid pick because, you don't just eat one. They give you a handful. You get like 10 of them sons of guns.
Yep.
Yep. And then when you get like 10 of them, you can make a good aluminum ball that you could throw at somebody.
So Melanie says, oh no, Lou, raisins?
People...
Melanie, we're right here. We're in each other's head. Raisins killed it for me. Sorry.
But hold on, Mel. Is this really the make or break with the Chunky? Because if Ronnie said peanut M&Ms and we're going to give him peanut and milk chocolate, then if I say Chunky with raisins, I should have Chunky and raisins. And so it shouldn't be limited. And yet you're limiting me, Mel. Think about it for a second. Okay? Think about it.
So, Melanie voted for me. Jason voted for me.
Oh, you
Rick
people suck.
Because Rick is upset because nobody took Kit Kat, and so he's abstaining from voting.
Wow, he's making a statement.
He's making a stand
on our show. I like that. I like that a lot, Rick.
And then Hooli says, I like both you guys, but neither one of you had 3 solid choices. Oh, wow. I beg to differ. Oh,
as do I.
Cray says he's going with me, so it's 3-0. Jim Black likes my fun bag. Thank you. Salty Dog says peanuts are good, raisins suck. See, Salty he knows
chocolate and raisinettes at the movie theater. Oh, think about that. That's like a cousin.
Let's see. Otis says Ronnie for the win.
Wow. Is there a Lou in here?
Not yet. Let's see. Tisha and Vicky both say Ron. Oh, you know what? I think Matt's giving you the sympathy vote. Matt says Lou Snickers. So
you don't determine whether it's a sympathy vote or not, Ron.
Okay. Salty Dog says Ronnie wire to wire.
Wire to wire.
It's looking that way.
Really?
Kathy Garcia's going with me. Sakar's going with me. Randy says he missed the lineup. So let me run it back real quick for Randy.
Like we need that.
Lou's team is Snickers, Twix, and Chunky with raisins, or just Chunky.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah. Mine is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Peanut M&Ms.
I'm seeing a trend here.
And Hershey's Kisses. So
do you like them Hershey's Kisses with almonds in them?
You know what? I like just the chocolate ones. Right around Christmas, they come out with a chocolate mint one that's pretty dang good also. But I still prefer just the regular old chocolate.
Matt says, love me some Snickers all day.
Okay, so Carrie's giving you votes. So it's not even a one-hitter anymore. Now it's a two-hitter. My pen just died. There it goes. Sorry.
Thank you, Carrie.
Roddy Smart says, sorry, no coming back from Chunky with raisins. Ronnie for the win. Thank you. That's 10-2 right now. Matt does love him some Snickers. I'm not going to argue with that. Snickers are really good.
I mean, that choice alone should win this. A chunky should not stand in the way of a Snickers win.
The raisin. Well, I think the Snickers.
It should not be the downfall.
Snickers and Reese's Peanut Butter Cup kind of probably cancel each other out. So then it goes to our second and third. And I think I have the superior second and third. Yeah, Randy says I got it. Yeah, you're not wrong, Randy. You're not wrong. Let's see. Salty Dog says I would eat all the candy in Ronnie's bag and save the Chunky with raisins for the kids next year.
Well, that sounds like pity to me right there. That ain't right.
So there could be a year-old Chunky with raisins by the time kids get them.
Nobody wants a year-old raisin.
Very few people want a raisin at all. So
I don't understand that. Raisins are so good and so good for you.
Yeah, I guess they're all right. I don't know. I'd have to check them on my keto scale, see how they are.
When you eat an entire box of Raisinette at the movie theater, think about all the vitamins and iron you're getting from the vegetables and the fruits.
Or you think about the person sitting 6 rows in front of you that deserves a Raisinette to the head.
We'll see how that plays out.
Jujubes are actually much better for throwing.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm just saying we'll see how it plays out. In fact, one of these days, maybe right to the kisser.
Jason says it's down to Lou pandering for votes.
All right, then it's time to move on. All right, I surrender, and you are our winner this week.
It was 11-2. That's a
you've got to rub that in my face, huh? Do I have to bring up the no-hitter again?
Win. Yeah.
You're not pitching a no-hitter. You're not
pitching
a shutout.
Those 2 hits that you got,
Yeah.
Both bloopers. But they're in the book, in the scorebook, they're scored a hit. So,
Texas League singles, is that what they're called?
yeah, yeah. They weren't a screaming line drive.
Mm-mm.
They were just bloopers just in front of the outfield, just behind the infield.
Well, you know what? Here's how I look at it. If you people are so happy with Ron's picks, go out and eat up all of the Reese's Cups and the Hershey's Kisses and eat all the peanut M&Ms, and the candies that I enjoy will be left, and I will enjoy them for months to come. There's my Snickers bar right there. It's got my name on it.
With that, this was the strongest thing you had. Yep. And it just wasn't enough this week. So sorry.
All right, yep. Ronnie.
Thank you, Melanie. Melanie says, congrats on the strong win. It was.
Oh, you're going to rub it in, Mel, huh?
This might be my strongest win ever. I don't know. I'm not sure I can let this go just yet.
If that's in fact the case, then I may not bounce back from this. This may be the very last Mantasy draft. You don't
Take
know.
a couple weeks to get over the loss.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes a pitcher gets shelled,
mm-hmm.
and the next time he goes out, he hasn't recovered from the shelling. So now who's in whose head?
Right, Ronnie. And not only that, but I mean, look at how long it takes me to bounce back from a haircut.
True enough.
Sometimes it's 4 or 5 days before I'm even back on my feet. You got to know that.
Yep. Well, you definitely had the chunky with raisins.
You know, I'm wondering what would happen if I would have went with Skittles.
It would have been better. I think it still would have been tough to defeat. I had a pretty solid team, and if one went down, I had 2 people right behind it ready to go in. So I was ready. I was ready for you this week.
I think that we see things differently on this one.
You know what? I don't know a lot about a lot of things.
I know
I'm a little bit expert. I'm an expert on candy.
You're an expert on Taco Bell and pizza.
Oh, god dang. I do love me some Taco Bell.
They got some strange shit going on over there at Taco Bell. They're taking stuff off the menu and...
Yeah, so they apparently, the people's house we went to last night, he's a big Taco Bell fan. He and I, he's also a retired deputy.
Thank you, Willie.
And when we would go into work, sometimes we would stop at Taco Bell on the way in. And he has ordered, for as long as I've known him, which is 30 years, he orders a green burrito. Well, Taco Bell no longer has a green burrito. It's gone. The green sauce is gone. And then what they were talking about is that the burrito is much smaller these days. So I'm not sure what's happening there. I haven't eaten at Taco Bell in a while. But I do normally get a 7-layer burrito.
That's gone.
Which is not really even on the menu anymore, but they'll still make it if you ask for it.
But the 5-layer is.
Yes. So they'll make you a 7. It's kind of like a In-N-Out burger secret menu item. They'll still there as long as somebody's been there more than like a year, he knows how to make a 7-layer burrito.
But not a green burrito.
But they can't make a green burrito anymore.
Huh.
Yeah. Unless they have yellow sauce and blue sauce and they can mix them together and make green sauce. So that would be the only way you could have green sauce anymore. Because yellow and blue makes green. But you know what you can't get on a burrito? You can't get sprinkles on a burrito because, well, you know.
Sprinkles are for winners.
There you go. No sprinkles for you this week.
No. You know, this show is seen around the world and in different time zones, played back at different time zones for that matter than just in the morning. Yep. We call it Sunday Morning Mass because we're on the air Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., which is still morning, obviously, on the West Coast, and on the East Coast as well, last I checked. We have a couple, Phil and Donna, who watch the show in Scotland.
Oh, nice.
And they're on the live chat right now. Where did it go? We finally have a Taco Bell opened in Aberdeen, Scotland. Been a long time coming. Wow. If you could suggest what a person from Scotland who's never been to a Taco Bell should get, what would it be? Go ahead on the live chat and we'll share some of these. All right, Phil and Donna?
Yep. Hello, Phil and Donna.
Yeah, they wanted me to make sure that I said hi to you, and I did.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if now that they've got a Taco Bell, if they're big fans of it, or if they've been yet, hopefully. But yeah, I got to say they probably won't have like the 7-layer burrito, and there's nobody there that knows all 7 ingredients for a 7-layer burrito.
Hey.
So, but you know what? I saw somebody else say that they like the grilled stuffed burrito.
I've had those. Those are really good.
They're really good. So
Teresa was making her burritos at home like that for a while.
That's the best. Yeah, they're really good. So I have to say, if the grilled stuffed burrito is on the menu in Scotland and it doesn't contain haggis, then go ahead and order one.
Haggis.
You know what? Do you guys eat haggis? Phil and Donnie, are you big fans of haggis? I've had it.
Who was the first person that picked up a handful of that and went, I'm going to give it a try? Hey, and then the best they could muster was, that's not bad.
Yeah. And what should we call it?
What's a really disgusting name? Let's see.
Guacamole's already taken, so we can't call it that.
And whack-a-mole too. Haggis. Guacamole. I got it. Haggis. Yeah.
Let's call it haggis.
Yeah. Either that or road tar. One of the two.
Yeah. He said there's no haggis on the Taco Bell menu. that's I'm a little disappointed. Because you know what? When you go to you've been to Hawaii, haven't you?
Sure.
And you know McDonald's, you know what's on their menu at McDonald's?
It's been a while, but
spam.
Spam, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not ham and spam, but I think it's spam and eggs. I think they have spam and eggs at McDonald's in Hawaii. So I would say that if you've got a Scotland Taco Bell, let them have a haggis burrito, something like that.
As long as it doesn't end up on my tostada, I'm fine.
Phil and Donna, they're saying haggis is actually okay. Just don't think about what's in it. Quite a lot of offal. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Haggis, no, thanks. What I would recommend is the same thing that I've been eating since I was about 13 years old. Get yourself a couple of crunchy beef tacos.
Oh.
Get yourself a couple of tostadas. And get yourself a couple of bean burritos. An ice cold Pepsi. And then go sit underneath a tree in the sunshine, in the shade. That's a great afternoon.
So you remember Leanne that I went out with in high school?
No, please don't start the story with this again. You remember Leanne Richardson, the girl that I went out with? Yes, Ronnie, I remember her.
She worked at Taco Bell, the one at Marconi and Eastern.
We've had this discussion. So did Renee Forrest. Yep. And she used to smell like Taco Bell.
After she worked, she worked a closing shift.
Right.
She would bring me home a couple of green burritos after every shift. But the bad part is the smell of Taco Bell gets into your pores.
Oh, for God's sakes, yes, it does.
And you change your clothing, but you still smell like a Taco Bell afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Which, at the time, I was a mechanic. I was a mechanic at Woolco. So smelling like Taco Bell is still way better than having grease under your fingernails like I had. So, because we didn't have latex gloves back in those days. So there was no choice.
Yeah. Boy, that's funny how for years mechanics had the availability of gloves and they never took anybody up on that. And all of a sudden everybody wears them. You know.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know.
I wear them around the house all the time now. If I'm going to do any type of work in the garage or on the car, I'm going to throw latex gloves on. They're cheap. I buy them at Harbor Freight. They're about $6 a box. It's so worth it not to have grease and black in your fingernails.
Randy says turkey and gravy was available at McDonald's in Hong Kong.
Oh, wow. That's odd. That is an odd.
I'll have a McGoose.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, but I think it should be. I think there should be cultural fast food places. So even though it's a franchise, you're allowed to go off the rails just a little bit to keep within, like a cultural food. I'm okay with that.
Like
Tisha also says that your order.
Yeah.
Tisha says that your order is their order also.
It's just the standard
that order.
The 33-cent burrito that I used to get when I was 15.
Yep. So we had open campus at El Camino at our high school, and so we could go off campus to eat somewhere. And I never had any money. I always spent all my money in gasoline and car parts. And so when we would go to Taco Bell, and I can't even remember, I want to say a taco or a burrito was like 39 cents back then. And so when we would get to Taco Bell, and they have the hot sauce just out in a bin, and my friends would each pay me 50 cents if I drank 10 hot sauces. So I would end up with about $2, and then I could buy something off the menu at Taco Bell. So
the bartering system indirectly.
Yep. And then the following morning, I would be that Johnny Cash song, Ring of Fire.
Oh, yeah, I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Oh, boy, those were the days.
Roddy Smart says, at Melanie, my mother used lava soap after I said a naughty word. You too?
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not Lifebuoy. Because I don't know if Lifebuoy causes blindness. If you've seen the movie Christmas Story, Ralphie comes in after getting Lifebuoy in his mouth, and he's blind.
He's blind.
So there is that. Yeah.
Which is nice.
So he's got that going for him.
Yeah. Not everybody knows that joke, but we beat the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an old Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I think it's from Caddyshack, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it is. I think it's from his speech about the Dalai Lama. Yeah, it is, as a matter of fact.
So the Dalai Lama and I were playing golf together. And it says, Dolly, so Dolly.
Yeah. So okay. Salty Dog says, have you ever heard of Zantigos? They were Taco Bell's rival back in the day. They were a serious threat because Taco Bell bought them out. Wow. I don't think we had them here.
No, I don't remember that.
Salty, where are you from? What part of the states are you in? Yeah, I don't think Taco Bell. I mean, Del Taco is probably their most similar rival, but it's nowhere near as good as Taco Bell.
Salty's from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, there we go. Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I could see that maybe east of the Rockies might be a little bit different.
Yeah. There's some of those restaurants that kind of fall through the cracks a little bit as you put mileage in between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Yeah.
Did that come out right? I think it did.
I'm trying to think of we went to, Cracker Barrel when I was.
Oh, yeah.
When I went back east, Cracker Barrel is, oh my God, they're like every 5 miles there's a Cracker Barrel. And then there was another one. It was like a sit down fancier restaurant. I mean, fancy. It was more like a Denny's. Oh boy, I can't think of the name of it. Vicky, what restaurant am I thinking of? It's a back east restaurant. It's like an Arkansas restaurant. I want to say we ate there, and they had okra. They
Oh,
had fried okra. It's the
I
first
never
time I'd
watched her
ever
show.
eaten- And you get a car, and you get a car. No, it's
Oh,
fried
okra,
okra.
okra.
Yeah, okra. Um, boy, really trying to struggling. Here we go again. Teresa's going to complain about the
Shoney's,
old guy.
Shoney's.
Show, I think it was Shoney's. Yeah, I think Shoney's.
That's from your wife.
Yes, yep, Shoney's. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yep. Oh boy. Yep.
All right, a couple things I want to talk about.
Okay, let's hit it.
As of today, 10/25/20, I have been an ordained minister for 5 years.
Wow. How many weddings have you done?
Countless.
So one.
Well, sure, you could look at it like one, but when you say countless, it sounds like so many more than just one.
I would say that's counted. That's not countless. Counted.
You're probably right. So I could come and do your nuptials. I am. You can hire me.
Yep.
You just have to pay my expenses.
Right.
And fly me in and then get me out of there as quickly as you can. You know, I don't like to go out of the house. If we could do it over Zoom, that would be better. I'll lower my price.
So, you know, when my daughter got married, you were up there in the running.
Oh, right.
For the for saying for being the man in charge, being the man there.
Mm-hmm.
But they went online and they found a guy, and he wasn't local. He's not from the Bay Area. I'm not honestly sure where he was from. He's from California, I believe. But they found him online, and he's got one of those voices. It's a deep baritone voice that the man did not need a microphone. It's a booming, wow. He had a voice like no other, and they heard him on a YouTube thing, and they're like, that's the guy we want right there. And so, of course, paid his expenses and paid his fee and everything. And he was amazing. He was really amazing. It was not his first rodeo. He's done countless. That man has done countless weddings. So at least 3.
Okay. So he's averaging more than me.
But he did an amazing job. It was really nice.
Yes.
So
and I married my son-in-law to my daughter.
So you married your daughter, you're saying?
No, I purposely went around it that way. My son-in-law, I went with that first.
That's even weirder.
And they're still together. Imagine that.
Oh, well, you know what? That might be something you want to put on your page when you advertise your services.
Proven track record.
100% success record in marriages. Mm-hmm. Not a single divorce.
Your mileage may vary.
Yes. And your what else do they say? Your mileage may vary and results not typical.
Void in Connecticut.
Yeah.
All right, what else do I want to talk about? Also, 13 years of the radio show coming up next week.
Wow.
Lots of anniversaries.
Wow. I was just thinking that the other day because we missed Hot August Nights this year. And your show used to come on at what time? 9 o'clock or something like that?
Yeah.
Was it 9 a.m., I think? And so Vicki and I would fly down there. We would leave here like at 6:30 in the morning, and we'd roll into Reno at about 8:30. Mm-hmm. And when I would get all set up, and I would do like live remotes from Hot August Nights in Reno for your show. And man, can't do that now because in Reno, there ain't nobody rolling at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
I could stand out on Virginia Street right in the middle and never have to dodge a car.
I bet.
There's just nothing going on at 6:30 in Reno.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see. It's 9 o'clock. We can wrap up the show right now, or we can talk about Kyle Larson.
Oh, you know what? Let's touch on that because that's actually very topical right now.
If you've been following the story, Kyle Larson is a NASCAR driver who is from Elk Grove, California, which is a suburb of Sacramento.
Yeah, he's a local boy for us.
To be sure,
Yep.
and quite the phenom when he came on the
Yep.
scene. And during all of the commotion that is COVID, when they were doing the e-racing and they were broadcasting it, Kyle Larson used the N-word. And unfortunately, he used it, and unfortunately, it was heard by a lot of people.
Right.
And so he was virtually eliminated from NASCAR as a driver, wiped off the map, if you will.
Chevy dropped him.
Yep.
I mean, he lost a lot of money.
Sponsorships.
Yep.
So what's happened was he took a look at the situation. He took a step back, decided that he would pursue, during this downtime, if you will, he would pursue racing on dirt.
Right.
And so, which he's very good at. In fact, that's really his beginnings, was on dirt. And so,
you know what? I thought he was racing on Joe Dirt. Oh, so this is, I read that wrong.
yeah, that can happen, Ronnie. You have a very small, you have a very small something. I don't know what it is.
That's what she said.
Okay, there it is. I teed it up for you. Needless to say, he's had much success as a dirt tracker and lots of wins, and he was pouring his efforts into that. But it appears that there is an opening at Hendrick Racing.
There's a problem there, though, if I understand it right.
The problem is that the opening is for a person who is Chevy friendly.
Right. Yep.
And they've already told Hendrick Racing that move was not friendly.
Yep.
So we're going to have to see what happens. Someone could get flopped around. I don't think that would be the first time that's happened.
Well,
the crazy season is almost here.
He has made he's done a lot of things to try to make the situation right. He's gone through classes. He has done charity events, to become, I think he's probably grown up 10 years in the last 6 months. So, and obviously, I don't know, he probably realized that the second the word passed his lips that he made a gigantic mistake. The kid, he seems like a pretty upstanding kid. He doesn't seem, ghetto to me at all. So I think he's done the things he needed to do for NASCAR to open it back up to him, which is, that's good on their part. I think, you should be afforded a second chance if you take the correct actions and show some remorse.
Yeah.
Which he has done. So I'm all for it. I like what he's done. He seems, like I said, he seems like a pretty good kid, and he's such a talent. He's such a talent behind the wheel that it would be a shame to have racing without Kyle in it.
I agree. When you talk about free speech, you are entitled to say anything you like in this country. However, you will be judged, and there is a chance that there's going to be some consequences.
I mean, and you know what? You take that chance. People that support one political party or another, and they go out on a street and they wave flags, again, you're going to be judged, and people are going to exercise their free speech also and tell you something maybe you don't want to hear,
Right.
which is, it's unfortunate. I think everybody should be free to express their opinion, but there are those words, there's certain racial slurs that really go above and beyond political affiliation. So when you're talking, boy, you just have to.
You have to have a filter.
Yeah, I know. I've got one friend in particular that has no filter. It goes straight from here to here, and he spews it, and it's gotten him in a lot of hot water a lot of times.
It always will.
And you really do, when you think about saying something, take a full second and think about it before you say it. Sometimes I blurt something out thinking that it's going to be funny, and sometimes people get it. Not everybody gets me, but usually that happens. But I'll tell you, when I was one of my things when I was working patrol is I would try to kind of lighten the mood a little bit because man, sometimes you go to these calls and they're tense. And so if you can do or say something, kind of take the edge off a little bit, it makes the rest of the call much more easily resolved. And that's what you're looking for. You just want to make sure that both sides or all three sides of the party everybody's happy. And that seemed to help me a lot in my 10 plus years in patrol. So, but I do have a filter, and I very rarely say something awkward. Like I said, my biggest fault will be trying to think of something funny to say, and it's just not that funny. And that comes off to people as like trying too hard, maybe. So,
tonic water takes bloodstains out.
So there is that.
Yeah. How was that for an opener? And so in talking about this situation with Kyle Larson, I did a little research of my own. And so the reason I went to my kids with this was because they're virtually the same age as Kyle Larson.
Yep.
And so I wanted to know, demographically speaking, where kids today, and I call them kids at, say, let's just call it 25 years old, all right? For a round number, because my kids are very close to that, and very close to one another age-wise. Anyway, I asked about that, and it's acceptance. If that word is accepted. You and I once talked about it in an episode a long time ago about racial, what's it called?
The racial slurs or...
No, when it's accepted, racial...
in-class privilege.
Mm-hmm. In-class privilege. The N-word is a word that we never used in my house when I was a kid growing up.
No.
It wasn't allowed. Honestly, it was kind of a white neighborhood where I lived anyway, so
yep.
There was that. But I asked my kids about it, and there is something that you need to be aware of in a situation like this with this word. And it all depends on the second syllable. Whether you're using a GER or a GA.
Right.
A GA is acceptable. A GER is not.
Yeah.
And would be deemed or considered to be completely racist if a person out of race were to use it publicly, for sure. Yeah. So I don't know what Kyle Larson said, and I'm not excusing it in any way. As a broadcaster for many, many years, there are certain things, and we just talked about a filter.
Yeah.
You have to have a filter on the air, especially as a talk show host.
I'll just tell you, it's a word. I wouldn't use it either way, with the ER or just the A. I don't.
They call it a hard G.
Ooh, yeah. I don't. I don't know. And again, there's, white people don't have a term that's as hard hitting as that word is. So we don't really have anything to compare it to. I mean, you call us cracker or Casper or whatever. It's not, I don't know. It just doesn't mean the same thing. So it is. It's just a word that and honestly, I don't think rap artists should be using it either. It makes it so that, because not just black kids like rap music. And so it makes it a word that seems to be acceptable. But I don't like hearing it. And I certainly will never say it. So I don't know. I guess it's one of those controversial words.
Well, if there was a price to be paid for it, I believe he paid it. Kyle Larson, I mean.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Yeah. And Roddy Smart saying they brought Don Imus down.
Oh, right.
With all that beef.
I remember that.
Yeah. I don't think he didn't use that word, but he was talking about, I think, the female Kentucky basketball team or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly right. Mm-hmm.
And or Tennessee, maybe. I can't remember which team it was. But anyway, it's not a good look on anybody to be thought of as a racist. And so, God dang, when we went to El Camino High School, we didn't have a lot of black kids in the whole school. We had, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 black kids in my class. And one of them, I don't know if you know James Johnson. He was one of the kids in my class. But if you just heard him talk, he didn't have any ebonics play, to him. And he was, probably raised his whole life in white neighborhoods, and he just assimilated himself. He was as white as the rest of us, basically. He was a great kid. So, but it's changed, and schools are way more diverse now than they ever were. And in fact, El Camino is open enrollment. So even though our old neighborhood is more diverse than it was, kids can come from anywhere to go to El Camino High School because it's an open fundamental school. So I would imagine it's even way more diverse than it was prior to them being fundamental. So, and I think that's a great thing. Honestly, I'm all for racial equality, and I think that diversity and exposing people to other cultures is a huge bonus. So not just black, but I mean, every culture, you should be aware of, some of the differences.
Rick Clemenson has to leave. See you, buddy.
Yep, I saw him.
We're getting to some really good stuff here. What was it that I wanted to say?
Otis is saying that Don Imus brought himself down. He did. And you know what? He was kind of the shock jock type person. And I'm sure that he knew it would be very controversial and didn't care. So I don't know how many times Don Imus had been fired from different shows. Probably 10 times as many times as you've been fired from radio.
It's nothing personal, Lou. Yeah, maybe not to you. To me, it's a little personal.
It's very personal.
Thanks a lot.
So, I mean, radio is just one of those things where they'll fire you at whim, just on a whim, you're gone.
Yeah.
But Don Imus, I feel like he really went above and beyond to try to get fired sometimes, and it worked.
Let's talk about the other side of this, which is that there are people around the country, and I suppose to a degree around the world, who are boycotting professional sports.
Right.
And a lot of people were saying, well, what does it matter if as a person, one person, I don't watch the NBA, let's say.
Right.
It doesn't really mean that much. What difference does it make? Well, I got news for you. And it has a lot to do with what I'm seeing in the media. And that is that TV revenues are way off.
Yes.
For sporting events. Way off. And what that tells me, and I'm not claiming to be an expert, but what it tells me is that people are beginning to understand what is a essential worker and a non-essential worker. And professional sports is one of the areas where it's not really gray.
Yep.
I can't speak for you. I did not watch any of the NBA finals.
I did not.
I understand the Lakers won.
Yeah, which good on them. I mean, obviously, I hate the Lakers because I'm a Kings fan. But
you're the one.
Yes, because I worked for them for 4 years, so they still hold a special place in my heart.
Near and dear. I got you.
But I did not watch a single NBA game. I have yet to watch a single NFL game this year.
I'm with you.
And I've not watched a single Major League Baseball game. Even when the Giants and A's were still in it, I did not like the way they started off the season. And so I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to scratch pro sports, let's just scratch it completely. So the only thing I really have watched, I have watched NASCAR and I have watched golf. And that's it. And I watched dodgeball on the Ocho.
On the Ocho. Yeah. Well, I'm starting to see the articles claiming that the revenue dollars are just not there in advertising.
I just saw a YouTube video that claims the NBA lost $1.5 billion. That's a lot. And there were something like 18 million viewers in last year's NBA Finals. And there were less than 5 million this year.
Wow.
Those numbers, that's crazy.
And they said it wouldn't work. Not watching.
And the biggest thing is, you know what, with this virus, not a lot of people are going out. So with more people at home with nothing to do but watch TV, and they still couldn't match the numbers from last year. And last year featured Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, weren't they? A team from Canada, no offense, Canada, but a team from Canada could not got 18 million views. And they couldn't approach that this year with this would have been a good year. A Heat, Lakers, crazy. But whatever. Like I said, I'm not watching much in the way of pro sports. I'm not a big fan of their politics, and that's my choice. That's how I'm voting, is with my viewership.
Speaking of which, did want to mention, I need to invent something, Ronnie. Maybe you can help me.
All right.
We need an app, okay? And I know you're really good with the apps.
I love me some apps.
You do. You're all over them.
I take a couple naps a day.
Ronnie, not naps. Apps.
Oh, apps. Oh.
He's hard of hearing, folks. It's all a gunshot. Yeah. So, what was I saying? I forget now.
You about an app.
No, not about naps. The app. You push this button when you're done voting and you've turned in your ballot, and when you push this button, you don't have to hear any more political commercials.
Oh God. Oh, I would have pushed it already. Oh,
I
I'm
just cannot believe the phoniness I see in some of these ads.
I'm so over it. I'm so over it. We have every area geographically has different propositions, that they're voting on. And all the different propositions we have, there's two that'll probably get a yes vote for me. Everything else is just a no. They're more taxes or less services or whatever. Like, come on, we pay in California, we pay some of the highest taxes in the United States, notwithstanding New York and, like that. We're certainly among the highest taxed in the United States.
No doubt.
And we have zero to show for it. Our roads are absolute crap.
Embarrassment.
Oh, it's awful. I have a deputy buddy that just retired and moved up to Idaho. And Idaho doesn't have the population we do, so they don't have as many cars driving on their roads. He said they're smooth as silk. Like, yep. And they get snow there, and snow is hard.
Same with Nevada.
Nevada. It's funny, and I think we've talked about this before. As soon as you cross the Nevada-California border and start driving on Nevada freeways in 80, it's so much smoother.
Oh, yeah.
And they're working on them constantly.
Right.
You can't go there any time of year. They're not working on Highway 80 in Nevada.
Right.
Not so much in California.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never had the road explode my airbag more than when I drive down Fulton Avenue.
God, that's the worst.
It really is bad. I remember that road when I was a kid, too. Anyway, okay, let's see. Have we got everything we wanted to get to here today?
I think so.
Mail-in ballots. Please, no more commercials. I'm done.
God, please.
I'm done.
Yep.
Jerry Jeff Walker passed away. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I think
he did.
it.
I knew a song that he wrote, but it was Mr. Bojangles was his kind of his claim to fame song.
Yeah.
And he was a singer-songwriter. He'd done many others, but
up against the wall, you redneck mothers.
Say no more. Say no more.
Phil and Donna say, in the UK, we used to drive on the left side of the road. Now we drive on what's left of the road.
That's hilarious. So apparently they're not doing a good job with their tax money there either.
Like my grandson.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't explain it either, Grandpa.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? Maybe California needs to start a YouTube channel so that they can grow the channel a little bit. Yeah. Yep. They need to grow the channel. Yep. They need to grow the California.
When my grandson comes out, I always say to him, see all of this stuff here? All of this, the lighting, the microphone, the laptop, all of this will be yours someday. And he goes,
it's his legacy.
I don't want it. Can you imagine that, though, really? As long as YouTube will probably be around,
yeah.
Let's just say conservatively, maybe 20 more years. And there's no telling what's going to happen. Technology changes so much. But
right.
One of the reasons that I started doing this with you was so that grandkids and future generations would be able to look back and go, wow, there's my grandpa right there.
Right.
Yep. Or my great grandpa or whatever.
Right.
And so at this point, the legacy is, I think it's 560 episodes.
Woo!
Of our show.
That's too many.
I can't imagine any grandson of mine having an attention span to be able to watch all of those shows.
No.
So we can quit anytime.
Unless they take after Rick Clemenson. I think Rick has watched every single one of them.
Right.
Yep.
There definitely are some people. Otis Magoo has watched every episode.
Kudos to those guys.
Okay, let's see. Phil and Donna, welcome. Okay, I think we're just about caught up here.
Yeah, and I'll go back and you know what? I think you can stay on and chat for about 4 or 5 minutes after we close the show. So if you want to, I'll kind of monitor the chat a little bit. We get a little more opportunity to chat with you when we're not yapping so much.
Got any personal questions or whatever you might have?
Yeah. So, right on.
Okay, Ronnie.
Right on.
A lot of people say this is their favorite part of the show when we try to shut it down.
It's probably our least favorite part.
Yeah.
Because we never know.
I just click buttons and we see what happens.
Here goes nothing.
I got the mouse in my hand there. Now you probably can see the mouse. All right, Ronnie.
Okay.
The first thing I do, anything you want to say goodbye to anybody? Thank you all.
Goodbye to y'all.
Okay.
Goodbye to y'all. Goodbye to your mom and them.
Jeet.
Jeet.
Here we go. See you next time. Oh, subscribe to the channel and like the episode, okay? Please do.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Here we go.
Bye, y'all. Well, let's see. I think we did it. Picture stopped. A lot of times, though, sometimes they still say that the sound is going on.